Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nashley, and for today's video we are talking about 34 weeks of pregnancy. Alright, so today I am 34 weeks and 6 days pregnant, so I'm almost 35 weeks pregnant, but I figured that it would be a great time to share with you all of the things I've learned and all of the things I'm experiencing at week 34 of pregnancy. So right now, baby should be measuring at about 17.7 inches in length and weigh about 4.7 pounds. If we're comparing them to a vegetable, they're the size of a butternut squash. This week, baby is working on gaining body fat, which will help him or her regulate their body temperature once they're out of the womb. And also, their bones are continuing to harden as the weeks go along. However, the bones in their skull aren't fused all the way because it'll allow for an easier way to get through the birthing canal once it's time. So that was pretty much it. There's not too much happening in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into my symptoms. So you guys, I'm still experiencing back pain. I still have been doing some yoga. I've been wearing my belly bandit. It is not all of the time, but I am experiencing back pain. So I just think it's the weight of the belly, you know, the weakness that I have. So yeah, I don't think it's going away. This week, well, it's not just this week, but this week in specific, I've been feeling pressure on my pelvic floor, and it's not all of the time. A lot of it is like when I'm emptying my bladder or if I'm maybe sitting. I can't exactly pinpoint when it happens, but when it does, I'm like, oof, that's a lot of pressure. I don't know that she's dropped yet, but I feel the pressure. I actually am seeing a pelvic floor therapist starting next week, and hopefully they can address some of my concerns. And I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, this is my second pregnancy, my second baby, and it's back to back. I was about 4 or 5 months postpartum when I got pregnant, so I didn't have enough time to build the strength to, I'm still holding it. We're still going strong, but you know, my body didn't have time to get strong before I got pregnant again, if that makes sense. I am using the restroom so much. My bladder is the size of like this. So I'm continuing to drink a gallon of water a day and a lot of trips to the bathroom. And yeah, I had to take my ring off. I've just been feeling, you know, swollen. I feel swollen, especially like at the end of the day. Like right now it's nighttime. It's just the time that I had to film this video, and so I'm just a little bit more puffy, and I can feel it, and it just freaks me out when I can't take my ring off. So it's off now. I am having Braxton Hicks every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Nothing serious, right? There's nothing that's, you know, there's no pattern. It's not happening right after the other. So they're just random throughout the day. I'll have them, and so far my doctor says that's normal. So I think my body's just practicing for labor. And I actually had some questions left on my last video. So this person asked me, how much weight have I gained? And to start, yes, I have gained weight. I think it is visible. I actually went back to the video of like my story time of how I didn't know I was pregnant. And if you haven't seen that, you should. I have the video of when I told my husband that I was pregnant for the first time, and it's pretty funny. But I was looking at that and I'm like, wow, I like to eat when I'm pregnant, apparently, but I have gained some weight. And the number, if you're, you know, sensitive to this topic of weight and numbers, then I would suggest you skip a couple seconds because I'm just going to briefly say it. I've gained almost 40 pounds. I think I'm at like 34, 35. I'm like right at the cusp of what they tell you that you can weigh. So yeah. She also was curious about stretch marks, and the answer to that is yes, I do have stretch marks. I actually had stretch marks from my first pregnancy, and I tried everything. I, was hydrated. I lotioned and oiled my belly twice a day, and I used the belly butter that I'm currently using, and then I used a rose hip seed oil, which is supposed to be, a very small molecule, and it's going to penetrate the skin barrier easier so that it can, penetrate into the deeper layers of the skin. It worked up until I think I was like 38 weeks when I started seeing the first stretch marks, and I was like, oh, I went all pregnancy without stretch marks, and I just started getting them at the end. So I had them previous, and I think I might have some new ones, and I'll show them with you. I'll give you a little shot. Actually, I might as well just do that now. Let's see if I can share them with you. You might not be able to see them, but I have new ones back here. Those are new, those not there before. And maybe you can see some of them there, I don't know. They're all around my belly button. Like I said, I had stretch marks for my first, so obviously they're just gonna carry on into my second, and I have gained a few new ones, even though I'm using the belly butter. Okay, my camera just fell, so that's great. Yes, I have stretch marks from before, and I've tried everything. I think it's really more genetic than anything, but I have stretch marks. The stretch mark belly butter that I use is one that I buy from Amazon. I'll link it down below, and I'll put it somewhere on here. So that one is my favorite. I've used a couple, and I find that for one, it doesn't have fragrance, all organic ingredients that are in there, and it just feels really nice on the skin, and it soothes my itchiness, which is something that I haven't experienced as much as I did the first time around. But I still have had itchiness, and so what I do is I lather it on my hands, and I rub it on my belly, get the sides of my belly, underneath the belly, back here, because I got stretch marks back there, and then whatever's left over, I actually massage that on my breasts as well, because those have grown too, and they're also prone to stretch marks. Is this thing sliding? And the last question was, have I done a maternity photo shoot or a belly cast? And no to either of those. I need to get those done. I'm not planning on doing a belly cast. I didn't do it the first time, and I feel like it's just space consuming. I don't really need that, but I do enjoy having pictures to look back at, and I will be having those done next week. And if you'd like to see the pictures, I will be posting those on my Instagram, so go ahead and give me a follow. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. That's where I'll be sharing those when they're ready. But yeah, thank you for the questions, and if you have any more, leave them down below. I will make sure to answer them in my next update. And now it's time for, well, I guess you've already kind of seen my belly, so really it's not like a shocker. But here we are, 34 weeks pregnant, belly shot. Different angle, I know, but this is where we are. 35 weeks pregnant. I think my last pregnancy I will have side by side. I think I'm much bigger this time around. I think she's about to drop, or she's on her way there. Can't really tell. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, so this is all I have for you for this video. Of course, if you enjoyed it, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell notification so that you're notified when I post a new video. Of course, if you have any questions for me, leave them down below. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next one, you guys. Bye.